Hey, what's happening, people? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Messages in the Madness with yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. It's Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Time. I'm here, you're here. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you've had a wonderful, fantastic, marvelous week because I did. Yeah, I know. I say the same thing every week, but I did. So if you didn't have a great and wonderful week, I'm sorry that you didn't. Let's make plans for you to have a better week this week. How about that? Lot going on, man. I've been to Detroit 3 times. Well, for the last 3 weeks, I've been Detroit. Eesh. And then I got home Thursday, got up, stayed at home Friday, and what was it? Today, what's the day? Sunday. Oh, today's Sunday. So yesterday drove to Flint, Michigan with Miss Carolyn. Did a show in Flint, Michigan, and drove back today. So yes, brother's a little worn. He a little tired. But hey, guess what? I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy. I'm just happy. Period. Long story short. And I see y'all popping it up there. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I admit I did not put anything up for Mother's Day because I miss my mama. Just like it says right there on the screen, miss your mama. So I miss my mama. I miss my mama a whole lot. But yeah. And I hope that those of y'all that don't, I mean, those of y'all that have your mother, I hope you celebrate and spend some time with her, give her a call, go see her, do the things that you really need to do because you only get one. You only get one mother. I mean, I know some of us get mothers from another mother that love us like a mother, but you only get one that gives you that biological, that love that you really need. So yeah, happy Mother's Day. And if your mother's gone on, I know she's looking down. She's proud of you. She's still loving and watching over you. So I truly believe that. So again, happy Mother's Day. I did. Yep, Mike got unplugged. All right, so I'm back in. But daughter came by to see me today. Daughter Shanice saw me today. Got to see her. So happy Mother's Day to them. Happy Mother's Day to my daughter Vernisha. Just happy Mother's Day. Am I still muted? Let's see here. Mic check. I am there. Let's go here. Okay, somehow I accidentally unplugged myself. So we're okay now. So yes, happy Mother's Day, and then of course, happy Mother's Day to Mr. Net. How you doing, Mr. Net? Happy Mother's Day to you. And yeah, so in honor of Mother's Day, ta-da! Y'all check out my background there. It's roses. So I brought roses for all the mothers. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And all the ladies that should have been mothers. I brought roses for y'all. Ta-da! I was cheap about it though. They're in my backyard. I ain't got to buy roses no more. I grow them. There you go. So, Miss Carolyn and I had an awesome show in Flint. We made some new friends and fans, and they already talking about, hey, when can we get you guys back up this way? So we're looking forward to doing that again. Let's take a look here and see who we got watching tonight. I got my brother James. Good to see you. Hey, Mr. Net. Sister Coley, good to see you. Roger, great to see you, my friend. Baby sis, I know that's right. Come on, get some of this madness. That's right. Brother James, let's see. Annette, good to see you. Happy Mother's Day to you. So the gang is all here. And I got people sneaking up behind me. They act like I can't hear them, but I can hear them. Oh, y'all want to see somebody? Come here. Come here. Oh, I got a little surprise. Look, look right there. You see it right there? This is the youngest. This is the youngest grandbaby. This is Miss Autumn. This is yeah. Yeah, y'all know who she is. This is she hasn't got a horn name yet, so I got to give her a horn name. But this is Papa's baby girl, Papa's littlest youngest baby girl. Little Horn is in there asleep on the couch. He's here. My son Trey is right here beside me. So like I said, they're here. Auntie said, "Hey, little cupcake." So yeah, made Mother's Day a whole lot better. Yes, it did. Say hi. You say hi. She's a little shy. At least she's shy in front of people, but on the phone, oh, she talk like a little gangster on the phone. But in front of people, she try to be all shy. But this is my baby girl here. Say bye bye. You say bye bye. You tell them bye bye. Tell them bye bye. Not gonna do it, are you? She just won't do it. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, I could call a baby horn. That's right. There you go. Okay, go back to daddy. Ah, thanks, son. All right, so let's get into the show. Baby horn is a really good idea. I like that one. But let's get into the message tonight. The message tonight came to me last week where I was driving back from Kansas, and I saw this on the side of a hotel, and it stuck with me all week to the point to where I wrote it down. I said, I'm going to talk about that because it made so much sense to me. Thank you, Annette. She said, gorgeous grandbaby. Yep. Thank you very much. I didn't have nothing to do with that, but thank you very much. But it said on the side of the building, it said, we all have a story. And we do. We all have a story to tell, whether we admit to it or not. Uh, okay, baby sis said, I celebrated Mother's Day with mama, doing what she loved, playing bingo and won $300. I know that's right. Congratulations. But we do. We all have a story to tell. And sometimes that story that we have to tell, that story that we have to share, needs to be heard. And we never know. And our lives are made up of all kinds of great stories, but we don't know what story to tell. We don't know when the right story to tell. But we have stories that when we do tell them, they help people, they make people laugh, they do a lot of things. And I just think that it's important that well, we're gonna get all into it. Okay. So just picture this. You're stuck in a waiting room, bored out your mind. Everyone's glued to their phones like we do, these little things right here, we glued to it. And we're scrolling through that never-ending feed of other people's lives. But what if I told you there's a whole universe of stories buzzing around you, waiting to be heard, not on the internet, not on social media, but the person sitting right next to you, your cousin, your uncle, your friend, your coworker, your supervisor, even. There's a bunch of stories out there that need to be heard. But think of everyone in that waiting room, not as an avatar on a screen, but as a walking library of experiences. Huh. Yeah, the grumpy old dude in the corner with the New Balance on. Yeah, he's a superhero. Maybe he just rescued some cats from a burning building and has a heartwarming, tale to tell you about it. The lady with the tired eyes. She could be a single mom juggling a million things, and her story is one of some serious resilience. What about the little boy with the arm in with his arm in a cast, and his mom and dad sitting there, and the little boy, although he may be about 10, 11 years old, he broke his arm, saving his best friend by pulling him out of a pond that that his best friend fell into, and the young man couldn't swim. Million stories. But the point is, everyone has a story. And guess what? Listening to them, not just hearing them, is a superpower. It's a superpower that can totally transform the way you connect with people. And tonight we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why. Don't forget to hit like or love, y'all, tonight. Make sure you share the message. I hope you enjoy the message. I'm not going to get as deep as I have been here lately. I was told the other day I've been getting kind of deep. So, brother James said, "How about cool and cute? How about call a unicorn?" I like that one, James. I do. So we're trying to come up with a new name for a horn name for my granddaughter because we got quiet horn, we got little horn. I got all my grandbabies have a horn name, so we got to come up with one for the for the grandbaby. So, like I say, so tonight, what we're going to talk about is I'm going to give you some reasons why it's important to listen to other people's stories. So, like for instance, you meet somebody, an acquaintance, and we want to take that person from. Sometimes we get an opportunity is to take that person from being an acquaintance to an ally. So first impressions, that first impressions, they're like movie trailers. They give you a glimpse of what's to come. What they don't tell you is the whole story. And meeting people don't tell you the whole story. But when you listen to someone, you move beyond the first few scenes and dive deeper into the full movie, into the full feature film of their life. Now, I'm not saying you got to do this with everybody, but often we meet people who we go, you know what? I'd like to learn more. I'd like to hear more about you. And maybe they'd like to hear more about you. But as you listen to this person tell you about their life like a full feature film, you hear plot twists, you hear the funny moments, you hear the sad moments, the tear jerkers, you hear about the wins, the triumphs, the losses, the challenges. And this builds a powerful connection. Sometimes that connection transcends, and takes y'all from being casual acquaintances and transforms them into an ally, maybe even a friend. So you feel a sense of camaraderie, like you're a part of the inner circle, not just someone who saw them on the peripheral, but you created a bond because you took the time to listen and learn and find out their what, why, when, and how. You ever meet somebody and you're in this space right here, right now, and you have to go, wow, how did we get here? How did you get here? And how did I get here? And then you start having a conversation and you understand, and then you realize that this was meant to be for us to be standing right here, right now. And sometimes that's that moment when you're able to build a deeper bond. And sometimes those friendships are made right then, and then they last the rest of a lifetime. They may but then I'm not saying everything does, some last for that moment, but then some last a lifetime. A lot of y'all don't know how I met James, who's a big friend of the show and a fellow veteran and a friend of mine, my brother from another mother. I met James at a comedy show in Miami, Oklahoma. I'm sorry, Miami. You gotta say it right, Miami, Oklahoma. And a friend of his, who was the bartender at the comedy show, invited James. She saw what I do, the presentation that we do for veterans. She saw me do that presentation. And she says she was so touched by it. She says, I gotta bring my friend James to the show tomorrow night. And he came and he sat right front center and he's wearing his Vietnam veterans vest. And I awarded him a thank you packet and a lap robe from Miss Charlotte. And in that moment right there, we became friends for the rest of our lives right then. Right then. So much so that James even brought me food. He cooked food and brought it to me twice. But it was in that moment right there. Yeah. Baby sis says, I'm sorry, Coley says deep is necessary, and you're right. And baby sis says folks are in your life for a reason and a season. Yes, they do. And we don't know how long that season is or what that reason may be. But you're right. So the second point I want to bring to you is unlocking empathy. And we all have, well, some people have more than others. Some of us have a vault of empathy. And then some of us just have a little small bag of empathy. I'm sorry. It says Happy Father's Day. Um, Imagine your friend is down. You could just say, man, hang in there. It's gonna get better. I hope everything works out for you. But what if you actually took the time to listen to their story, their struggle and their frustrations? What's bothering them? What are they afraid of? Why did they do what it was that they did? There's a reason. There's always a reason. But sometimes people just need to be truly heard. So by truly hearing them, you embark on a journey of emotional understanding. You step into their shoes and see the world through their eyes, which we don't often do because we're so busy doing what we got to do and seeing what we got to see that we can't take. And sometimes all it takes is an extra 30 seconds to walk into to just sit in their world or put their shoes on and take a look through their eyes. But by doing this, this builds empathy. And building that empathy, that's the key to unlocking your vault. It really is that vault of empathy that you have. That's the key. And that empathy is within you. Suddenly, you don't just understand their situation intellectually, you feel it. You become a supportive teammate. You become a supportive friend. You become a supportive supervisor. You become a supportive new friend. But someone who gets it on a deeper level. And I think that's what a lot of us miss. And that's what a lot of us need is for somebody to get us, to understand us, to try to understand us by empathizing, not sympathizing, but empathizing. And that, my friends, is a very powerful bond. Empathy allows you to connect with others, not just on that surface level, but on the heart to heart level. That empathy from listening and understanding and walking in their shoes, it fosters a sense of shared humanity. And it reminds us that we are all in this together. Our problems, you think you got problems, everybody's got a situation. Some are deeper than others. And some believe that nobody's ever been through this. There's nothing new under the sun, my friend. And there's nothing that can't be worked out if you sit down and talk it out and then actually try to empathize with that other person. So Coley says, James says, come on down, I'll cook again. I know that's right. Miss Coley says, I just said that to somebody yesterday about how so many couples divorce because they married somebody that was only supposed to be in their lives for a season instead of for the rest of their lives. Ooh, wow. Miss Coley dropping bombs this evening. And there's a lot of truth to that, Miss Coley, and I have to agree with you. I mean, I'm not a marriage counselor. Many of y'all know I'm a certified life coach, but I gotta agree with you, Miss Coley. Some people marry and don't know who they're marrying. They really don't. So, baby sis says, big facts. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Miss Charlotte, good to see you. Baby sis says, Mama used to say that often. There's nothing new under the sun. And there's not. So, everyone's story is unique. And it's so unique that it's woven into a tapestry of their human experience, their human experiences. You know, you got friends that grew up in the bustling metropolises of, let's say, New York City or Chicago, might have a totally different perspective than someone that spent their childhood on a quiet farm. Now, I tell y'all, I'm a country boy from Temple, Texas. My great grandmother raised me in Heidenhammer, Texas, until I was 5 years old in a one room shack. And I had been to the big city, but I was a kid. So I consider myself a country boy. But the metropolis, I mean, so I see things a little simpler versus people who grew up in these big cities or even a city like St. Louis. They look at me like I'm a country bumpkin. I'm not, I'm not a city slicker. But my perspective is quiet. My perspective is different. Fortunately, I've traveled and seen a lot of things, and my perspectives have changed. But it's reality. So being that people have different perspectives and different realities, we have to sit down and take the time to listen to people's stories. You learn to appreciate the kaleidoscope of the human experience. The thing that's the best, in my opinion, that you will realize is that everyone's journey is different. And that's what makes life so vibrant. It opens your mind to new ways of thinking and challenges your own assumptions when you take a moment to understand the uniqueness of everyone's story. No two paintings are alike. No two lives are alike. Hmm. Everyone's journey is different. It opens your mind to new ways of thinking and challenges your own assumptions. I know what they say about assumptions, and assumptions are dangerous. They are because because you assume something, but it's actually some other way. But if we don't take the time to listen to each other, then that's just what it is. It's an assumption. If we don't take the time to empathize with that other person and listen to and try to walk in their shoes to see, then it's just an assumption. So suddenly the world seems a lot bigger and richer, and it's filled with possibilities you never even considered when you stop and understand and try to understand human experiences, looking, listening, and learning. So, um, Annette says, I arrived the KKK, whoa, what? I arrived at KKK clan hid 20 years married. What? That's got to be an interesting story right there, man. Um, Active listening, not just nodding your head like a bobblehead. When you take the time to actually listening isn't about passively waiting for your turn to speak. It's about creating a space where other people feel comfortable sharing their story, free from judgment. I'm gonna pause right there. A lot of times we are quick to judge. Sometimes we judge our judgment of other people is determined by other people, and we don't take the time to look, listen, and learn before we pass judgment. And that right there is a harsh, harsh thing. Oh, you say I married into family KKK. Oh, wow. That's got to be an interesting story. But when we actually take the time to listen to people, and like I said before, listening isn't about passively waiting for your turn to speak. It's about creating a space where the other person feels comfortable sharing their story, free from judgment. And so tonight, I'm gonna give you a few tips to become a more active listener. Roger, did I speak to you earlier? I'm sorry if I didn't, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I know you said you missed your mom too. Yeah, you was talking to me while I was having technical difficulties. So here's a few tips that's going to help you become a more active listener. The first thing I'm gonna tell you to do is make eye contact. Eye contact. This shows you're engaged and genuinely interested in what they have to say. You got to pay attention to body language. Crossed arms or averted eyes might indicate they're closed off or uncomfortable. And see, y'all see me do this quite often. This is just comfortable for me in my shoulders. Long story. But then you guys see me do a lot of this too. Ask open-ended questions. Don't just ask questions that could be answered with a yes or no. Ask questions that encourage them to elaborate and share more details. And see, these active listening things that we're talking about here, I actually use these in my day to day when I'm working with during my day job. Um, Offer verbal and nonverbal cues. Simple phrases like "uh-huh," "I see," or a slight I'm reading these from my list that I made tonight, or a slight head nod can show you're following along. Summarize and paraphrase. Briefly restate what they said to show you're understanding their point. Hold your space. Avoid interrupting or jumping in with your own story. Let them finish their thought. Those are all part of active listening. Active listening is a skill that takes practice. It's not something you learn overnight. It does take practice. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the rewards are immense. They are huge. When you truly listen to someone, you validate their experiences and make them feel seen and heard. This builds trust and strengthens relationship. It shows them that you care and that's someone who's worth confiding in. I'll give you this. My day job, I'm a consultant, solution specialist consultant. But I get to be so much more to so many people because I do employ my active listening. And people will pull me to the side and they'll tell me things and ask me questions about the job. They'll ask me about life. They'll ask me about situations in life or what do I think or can I talk to you for a minute? Or sometimes I'll just see somebody because see, I build relationships with people doing what I do. And I've had people pull me to the side and say, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? You just look like somebody I can talk to." And I take that time. You leaving me, buddy? Hey, okay, I'm sorry, big guy. Makai is leaving. All right, man. I love you, dude. Give me a hug at least, something. Reach. They've seen you on camera before. All right, man. Papa, I love you. Give me a holler next week, okay? All right. But people, they will talk to me. Hey, Vernon, can I talk to you for a second? And sometimes it's not even work related, but I will take that time. I don't care if it's the lowest person on the ladder, all the way through the person at the top of the ladder. And I listen and I don't offer any advice until they ask me that one question. What would you do? Well, I can't tell you what I would do until I hear what you're saying. I can't offer you anything until I know what we're talking about. And then sometimes people will just talk to me and they'll tell me what they feel like they need to tell me. And then they'll just say, "Hey, man, thanks for listening." And they'll walk off. But I'm happy to be there for them because I have had situations where I needed somebody to talk to and I did not know where to turn. When I used to need somebody to talk to, I could pick up the phone and call my mama. Can't do that anymore. I know she's with me, but it's just not the same thing. So, sure. In our crazy lives, and our crazy, fast paced lives, our world, stopping to listen can feel like a luxury, but the benefits are epic. Yeah. By turning, sometimes by tuning into the stories around you, you don't just learn about others, you discover a whole new dimension to yourself. You become more compassionate, empathetic, and ultimately cooler. You become a more connected human being. So the next time you're stuck or you feel like you're stuck in that waiting room, skip the phone and tap into the power of listening. Yeah, put down your phone and actually have a conversation with the person next to you. You just never know. You could have made a new best friend. But listen, not just with your head, but with your heart. You might just discover the most amazing story of all. And that story could be the one waiting to unfold right in front of you, right in front of your eyes. Because we all have a story. We all have a story to tell. We all have a story that should be told. And every story that's told should be listened to by somebody. And that is my message for tonight. So, what y'all got for me tonight? Y'all kind of quiet over here. Let me look over here. Ooh, Annette says, sorry, David Duke picture on the wall, mother-in-law's house. Wow. Yes, baby sis, that was Big Mac. Your boy is 6'2" now, looking in top of Papa's head. He was dressed sharp today too. And Miss Coley says, really would like to hear that story. I could use it when I'm speaking to folks who are considering forfeiting their crowns. Huh. It could be a part of your own BT. I don't know what you're saying there, James. Hey, Miss Brown, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Really would like to hear that story. I could use it when I'm speaking to folks about considering forfeiting their crown. Which story in that? I mean, which story, Cole? You're gonna have to let me know. Maybe I'll do one of these shows. I used to do a B-side chat where I just did it on Facebook. I did not share it with my other channels on Facebook. I mean, I didn't share it on LinkedIn or YouTube or any of that. I just did it here. Won't you send me a message, Coley, and maybe we'll do that story. Hey, congratulations. So Roger says won't be listening live next week. A certain young man you know will be graduating next Sunday from high school. Well, congratulations, buddy. I'm really, really proud of Jaden. Roger, I'm gonna tip my hat to you too, because he didn't get there by himself. Oh, okay. See, you should have said that. You were speaking to Annette about being married to a Klansman. That is got to be a very y'all should have that conversation. That's probably a very interesting conversation. But that's my message, y'all. That's what I have. Um, well, thank you, Annette. I appreciate that very much. She shared me with an Air Force friend today. Well, I hope that Air Force friend decided to listen, and I hope they got something from the show tonight. So, exactly. Miss Brown says, Happy Mother's Day to the moms. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms. Happy Mother's Day to I'm gonna say Happy Mother's Day to some of the men who stood in the places of moms. And I'm gonna say Mother's Day to my mom, who like I say, I miss. And again, ladies, if y'all just joining the show, the roses, see, I brought y'all roses. The guys up as a go and see my grandbaby. If she's still upstairs, she got kind of quiet there. Oh, your horse did a photo shoot for what, Miss Arizona? Well, all right, congratulations. We'd like to see those pictures if you decide to share those. Uh, up as a go. But guys, this is I'm just a little choked up today. So this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. As I've told y'all before, as I tell you every week, love yourself, respect yourself, take care of yourself. Love those kids. Take care of those kids. Give them a hug from me. Respect yourself. Please respect yourself. And this week I'm gonna add an extra one in there. Be a friend. Be the friend that you would want somebody to be to you. Take the time to listen to somebody's story. Listen to somebody's story. They probably need you desperately. Respect and take care of our vets. Oh wow! All of a sudden, y'all posting all kinds of stuff. Annette says the roses are gorgeous. Thank you very much. Hey, baby Kate, good to see you. Um, Thank you very much, Roger. God bless. Amen. Love you too, baby sis. Everybody have a great week. Cody says, no, please do not bring fathers into today, just like we should not bring mothers into Father's Day. Today ain't about them and vice versa. Okay, 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 Cody. I got you. You're welcome, baby K. Thank you. And guys, this has been another episode of Messages in the Madness. I'm yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. Check me out on my website. Go and have an awesome, fabulous, and wonderful week. Go be a blessing to somebody. Better yet, allow yourself to be blessed. God bless y'all. I see y'all. $2.